there's that one right there. And those come with all your sets too, so that's a cool thing.
Oh, nice.
So this right here is where the idea of Cutco came from. What kind of knives do you guys have?
We have like a whole collection of different kinds.
Does it look like this?
Yes.
Something like that? Yeah, okay, cool. Well, these are, made with a philosophy called planned obsolescence. So you gotta replace them over and over and over again. Kind of like a sponge, you use it once, but you gotta replace it over and over. So the wooden handles at first is attractive, but it splinters and breaks over time. It's pretty much like a sponge of bacteria. Second is the plastic handle. What usually happens to plastic when it's near any kind of heat?
Well, it melts.
Exactly. And it's not very good because the kitchen has a lot of heat going on. And these two kinds of rivets are made out of brass. Those expand and they contract in heat, so you get more bacteria and gunk that goes inside of there. And if you see the picture right here, this has a partial tang. The blade just goes halfway through, so that means you don't get full strength when you cut down. You know when your hand gets really red when you try to cut something hard? Because it probably doesn't have a full tang on it. And these two these two kinds of blades are pretty relevant to whatever knife you have. Carbon steel, called like a wheel knife, because it will stay sharp, but it will rust and it will corrode. And stainless steel is the whoop knife, because it won't rust or corrode, but it won't stay sharp for very long either. So then you have right here the serrated edge, which is totally fine, but over a period of time it just rips and tears your food. It's kind of like a saw, and you can't resharpen it. So with these different problems, usually people buy knives, every few years, not like a whole set, even if it's just one. Over a period of time, though, you get a drawer that looks like this, and in a lifetime, you probably spend around $1,500 with something that you're not too impressed with, right?
Yeah.
And so my job here is not obviously not to sell these things, but to show you why people have switched over to Cutco, and it's right here. Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, so this one right here is the first thing that you notice is the handle. This is called a universal wedge lock handle, so it's made so your thumb and your forefinger lock into place. It's a very safe and secure fit. Easy to use, big or little people, or big or small hands can use it. So it's easy to, you can actually put Mr. Jones to work too, or John, and so it'll be nice to use. And the material of the handle is made out of thermoresin, so it's not cheap wood or plastic. It's a very tough synthetic material. It's dishwasher safe. We are the only high quality knife that can be thrown in the dishwasher. It's really, really convenient for you. Here, check it out. Feel how smooth it is. And if you notice, the blade goes all the way through. That's a full ting. And then the rivets right there, those are made out of nickel silver. So it's not made out of brass, so you can feel it. Feel how smooth they are. And so it's a similar to jewelers use to hold diamonds into place. You wouldn't want your diamonds to fall out. So we use the same exact material. But what's a knife supposed to do?
Cut,
right?
Yeah, so the blade's the most important part. This is made out of high carbon surgical stainless steel. Look how shiny it is. Check it out.
Whoa.
So the nice part about it is that it's like the carbon steel, this rough, ugly one.
Okay.
It stays sharp, but it's like stainless steel that doesn't rust, pit, or corrode. This is the material that's similar to what surgeons use for the instruments because they don't want their stuff to be unsanitary or not sharp. Well, now we're going to do the best part. We're going to cut. Okay. So if you get three things out for me, a steak knife that you guys use, a serrated knife, and a straight edge knife that you guys use on an everyday basis.
Okay.
Let me go find some, all right?
Okay.
Here's a steak knife. And there's straight and serrated.
Thanks.
That's my best knife, too.
Yeah, this one's our favorite.
That's the best one.
Oh, cool. So I know you don't eat roe, but what we're going to do, or cook it, it's fibrous like a meat or vegetable and won't ruin your blades. Who does most of the cooking? Okay. All right, Lauren. So what we're going to do, we're going to start with your straight edge. Just to give you some basic instructions, start from the back of the blade.
Okay.
Hold it with two hands, like push as hard as you can. Use the whole blade, you go back and forth. And then, John, can you count how many times it takes for her to get through?
Sure, that's easy. I can do that.
Okay, thanks.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Perfect. And it was a nice smooth cut, and it's exactly what you want. I'm going to use your serrated one. Same thing.
Want me to count again?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Start from the back of the blade. Push as hard as you can.
1, 2, 3.
Awesome. It got through quicker, which is supposed to have me see how it ripped and tearing.
Yeah.
Just a little bit more. Now use your Cutco one. Same thing. Start from the back of the blade and push as hard as you can.
1.
Like a half, right? Okay, but it was pretty much one. BC is a nice smooth cut like your straight edge blade. So that's how it's supposed to work. And then the reason why it works so well is actually because it's not serrated at all. I'll show you real quick. So our edge is called a double D edge, double durability. So there's 3 points on it, 2 on the outside, 1 in the middle. The outer points just protect the sharp parts that are within it. So when it's hitting your cutting board or just any kind of hard surface, it's being protected. But in here is 3 recessed edges. They cut forward, backward, straight down, so it's versatile. The cool part about these though is that the last 7 to 10 years without anything to be done to them. You don't have to sharpen it or anything. And when you do sharpen it, you can resharpen these. Cutco has a special tool for them. Not like a normal serrated edge, when the points wear away, you have to throw it away and just get a new one. Yeah, but more than anything, I mean, a lot of people are like sold on Cutco and they just see how pretty it is and how great it cuts. But I mean, these are just people who've had Cutco for like almost, 60, 40 years and all that stuff. Anyways, this is your guarantee. This is why, Jessica and Davey got Cutco. This is why my stepdad has a set of Cutco, all that kind of stuff. It's because the forever guarantee. And this always applies to you no matter what. You have the performance part. Anytime anything ever goes wrong with your set, you can get it fixed or replaced for free for you. It's a one-time investment. You never have to get it ever again. And you have the forever sharpness guarantee. How often do you sharpen your knives?
I'm kind of lazy about that.
Once a year, maybe.
Okay, at least you do it. Try. Anyways, you don't ever have to sharpen your knives again. Not because they're invincible, they will go dull eventually, but actually I'll just come over and sharpen it for you. Or you can send it back to the factory if you don't want another college student over or anything like that. That's okay, I understand. And then you have misuse or abuse. Basically, if you want to decide to cut down a Christmas tree or open your can with some Cutco, you probably get the job done, but it's going to be half the cost to fix or replace it. And then you have your unconditional money back guarantee. So anytime you get gifts or things for yourself, or if you want, time to test it out against your knives, or if you want to see if it fits the budget, you always get time to try it out. If you're not happy with it, you can send it back and get a full refund. Even if you want to think about getting Cutco, you always get time to think about it. And the cool part, you have this guarantee, it's right behind you. And I come with your set too. If you have any questions, you can let me know. I have like over 400 customers who love their Cutco, and I'm not going to disappear anytime or anything like that. But anytime you want a good job done, you have to have the right set of tools to do it. Do you play golf, John?
Oh, all the time.
Okay. You don't have just a club.
No, definitely.
You got a whole set, yeah, exactly. And Lori, do you just have one pair of shoes?
No, definitely not.
Definitely not.
Seems like there's an argument going on. Exactly. So you have one for each occasion. So same with things in your kitchen. Just want a good set of tools, save you time, money, especially energy nowadays if you guys are working a lot. But what I like kind of doing is just get a good feel for what you guys even do in the kitchen. Like, how often do you cook or prepare food?
Well, every day I'm at least making dinner every night.
Okay. Do you like to cook?
Sometimes, like for the most part, yeah. There's some times where I just want to do something really quick.
Okay, so kind of in between, kind of because you have to, basically so you don't starve or anything.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then is it just you two you mainly cook for? Do you guys entertain sometimes?
We don't have people over that often, but we do for the holidays.
Yeah, the barbecues too.
Oh, and we have barbecues in the summer, yeah.
So like every other month or like once a month?
Like every other month, yeah.
Okay, cool. So mostly just during like the times where people usually hang out together.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then, are you guys vegetarian?
No.
Okay, I just gotta check. All right, cool. And so, what kind of meats do you prepare?
Well, a lot of chicken. We do tri-tip.
You said do barbecue.
Barbecue, pot roast.
Okay, cool. And then veggies, you do anything from like an onion to a squash sort of thing?
Yeah, everything. Veggies, we're a big fan of veggies.
Okay, do you like salads too and tomatoes?
Yes.
Okay, and do you like sandwiches? Obviously, you said you do a little bit. Do you guys do any desserts or anything like that too? I don't know if you bake.
Well, I'm more of a baker rather than,
All right,
desserts.
cool. Awesome. So we have 2 basic sets right here, and these are made by Home Economics, pretty much moms who love to cook. And this right here is called our basic set or homemaker, and then we have the homemaker plus 8. And I'll just start off showing you a little bit of it.
Okay.
So the first one right here is your paring knife, and you probably know how to pare more than I do, but it's pretty much, for things in the air, tops of strawberry, things like that. But obviously you really can't cut a tomato or anything with that one, so that's why we have the trimmer. So this one's great for trimming the fat off meat or slicing tomatoes. Yeah, all of our sets come in the Pearl or the Classic. What do you guys like better?
I like the Pearl, but I know that he's never going to join me and help me in the kitchen if I get white girly looking knives, so it has to be Classic.
Okay, well you can get both. I call it Beetlejuice. Anyways, never mind. But that's the cool one right there. But obviously you can't make a sandwich or any of those ones, so that's why you have this guy right here. It's called spatula spreader. So it's very thin and flexible.
Whoa.
I know, right? So you can scoop with it, you can spread, but you can cut with it too. Actually, do you have a tomato?
Yeah, can you grab one?
So normally I would ask for some food and they would bring something out and we would cut with it. And see, look, you can cut with it as well. And you don't have to do a bunch of dishes, it's just one. Real easy. And throw it in the dishwasher, remember, it's real easy to use.
That's really cool.
Wow, yeah.
You can see why everyone gets this stuff, right?
Yeah, that's so cool.
That one's your favorite.
Actually, that was Jessica's favorite part of her set.
Really?
Yeah. And this one right here is a turning fork. So this, and actually I'll bring it out with this guy right here too. This is our everyday carving set. This is the one you can cut the rope with. This one is good. It's called a petite carver. It's good for like rotisserie style sort of size. You can use it for chicken. You can cut up just like a little cantaloupe, something smaller. Not like a huge roast, not like a turkey or anything like that. And then with the turning fork, if you notice, it's got slick edges on the back. Check it out. Pass it along. You can have them check it out. Okay. That one's good for flipping things in a pan. You can get your little maraschino cherries out of the jar, anything that you want, pretty much. And you can see how to use that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then I have the mama right here. She's for all your dicing and mincing. So I'm going to show you a few other ones that come in the set too, but remember, she's just for the delicate things. Okay. Get my cutting board. This is for all your chopping, so you just want to chop and rock with it. That's pretty much it.
Okay.
Have you done that before?
Yeah.
Okay. Some people know how they cut funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, I think Jessica does this.
Yeah. I taught her the right way, though.
Okay.
That's why she loves her Cutco. All right, so this right here is the other parts you would get with it. You get the heavy-duty knife. It's called the butcher knife, so that one's good for any, like, watermelon, if you're doing a butternut squash, heavy-duty things. Then you get your slicer. Everyone needs a bread knife. Good, obviously, for bread. And then we have the carver. So that's for, like, your, turkey roast or anything like that. And the two-prong fork with the little turning fork, they can hold 40 pounds of weight out of the oven if you wanted to. So,
wow.
Yeah. And the last one right here. Do you have your steak knife?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's right here.
Where is that?
Okay, so I have something right here for you. This is called a table knife. We don't call it a steak knife. You know, it's got a rounded tip like a butter knife, but it has the edge of a steak knife too. So you can use this for buttering on toast, like this morning I buttered my English muffin, but you can use it for cutting steak, chicken, anything like that. So let me put your set together right here.